What is up? Josh Rubin from East West Healing and Performance. Today I want to talk to you about chronic ear infections or glue ear. Now, a lot of doctors that I've come across, in my experience, a lot of naturopaths that I come across, don't really have an idea of why people are getting chronic ear infections. And if you notice, you see chronic ear infections in young children, and you rarely ever see it in adults. You do see it in adults, but it's more common in children. You also see in adults, or more common in adults, is a lot of wax buildup in people's ears. So if you're waking up with wax buildup, it's one of the orifices in your body. It's part of your immune system. So you have to start thinking, there's something going on with my immune system. Why is my immune system hyperactive or hypersensitive? Well, let's take a look at this. When you're born, when you're a child, you have them as an adult, you actually have different parts of your ear. You have the outer ear, the middle ear, you have eustachian tubes, on and on and on. So let me show you a picture. See if I can line it up okay. There we go. So you can kind of see your ears. You can see the outer ear. You can see the eardrum, the eustachian tubes, and your nose. Okay? So just got a big picture of that so when I talk about stuff, you have an idea of where I'm coming from. Okay? So the bottom line is, when you're born, you're actually, the floor of your gut, the immune system of your mother, the floor of your mother and father, on and on and on, this actually helps to build your immune system. So in your eustachian tubes, there's these tubes that go from the middle ear to the nasopharynx, which is the nose of the mouth. I'm trying to line up my fingers here. But when you're born, they're actually like this. They're leveled. They're more horizontal than oblique. So what happens in children? So when they're born, you start to grow these cilia in the epithelium in the eustachian tubes, like hairs. And the hairs are actually angled away from the ear, and they're pointed kind of obliquely down towards the nose and mouth. And that happens so any food or air that has pathogens in it can't make its way into the ear canal or the eardrum. The problem is, if you're born, you have abnormal flora in your gut, if your mother had a weak immune system, your mother had candida overgrowth, your parents ate crappy foods or smoked or on and on and on, your immune system does not develop. So what happens is, to try to protect the middle ear or the eardrum, your body actually starts to overproduce mucus in that area, and that mucus overproduction causes hypersensitivity in the immune system, which causes the glue ear, which causes chronic ear infections. Now, there's many other ways you can get actually ear infections. A lot of times in children, as I said, their eustachian tubes are leveled like this. So if things get trapped, they don't move around. Well, at the bottom of the eustachian tube is like a bulb. It's called a tube tonsil. That tube tonsil is like part of your immune system. You ever fly and you're on the airplane, and when you're taking off or landing, your ears block? That's because the tube tonsil, you can picture it right here, and this is the eustachian tube. It's kind of open, let's say. It's like an open tube. The part of your immune system at the bottom here. So what happens when you're in the airplane, and if you're weak immune system, that's actually a sign of you have a weakened immune system. I don't want to be obnoxious, but when I fly, my ears really don't pop. A lot of times when your ears get inflamed because of the air conditioning, because of an unhealthy immune system, on and on and on, the tube tonsils will actually get inflamed and block the eustachian tube. That's why you get that muffled sound. So when you yawn, you actually stretch out the eustachian tube to unblock it so you can start hearing. Well, what happens when you have chronic infections in the body, or you're eating unhealthy foods and it's getting stuck in your teeth, or you're just always eating foods that's full of preservatives, additives, on and on and on, and you're breathing, not good quality air, your parents are smoking, a lot of those particles, in the mouth start to make their way into the eustachian tubes. The eustachian tubes are connected into the nasopharynx, which is kind of like nose-mouth. And they're leveled like this. So food will actually get in there because you don't have the hairs, because you have a weakened immune system, and they can't trap the particles. So they actually make their way in there and cause an immune system or an autoimmune system hyperactivity. So what happens when you see that is you see children getting chronic sinus infection. A lot of times they'll get chronic tonsillitis, and at the same time they have tons of wax in there. So what do? The most common thing is parents will get the little grommets put in, not little surfers. They're called grommets. They're like little tubes that children put in the air to drain the air of all the mucus so they don't get the ear infections. Well, the first thing you want to do is clean up their diet. You want to eliminate all grains, all dairy, all processed foods, all soy. I know it sounds hard and it sounds challenging, but food from Mother Earth. Anything living, give it to them. Anything in a box, can, wrap that's processed, sugar, do not give it to them. You'll see it's going to flare things up. Secondly, what you want to do is, what I usually recommend is you get a little turkey baster, and every morning and night, preferably twice a day, if not once a day is fine, get a little Celtic sea salt and hot water, put it in the little turkey basin. You can squirt it back by the tonsils, because that'll help clean the tonsils as well, which are part of the immune system, but also clean the area that food particles could get into. So you want to clean up their diet. You want to clean up their mouth. And at the same time, if you want to, you could do some type of gut healing protocol. With the right child, you can put them on a good pre and probiotic, right? You do want to clean the wax out of their ears, but the main thing is you want to think about the external pathogens, the foods, the air, that's actually going to cause the infection. So what I found is cleaning up their diet and cleaning up their gut actually helps prevent the ear infections. Another thing that you can do is recommended, you just got to be careful with this, is you can make a garlic and olive oil solution. Really small amount of garlic and olive oil solution. And I'm not going to tell you the exact amounts because I'm not really promoting this, because if someone gets injured, then I'm liable. You can go online and look for the directions and how to do it. You want a garlic and olive oil solution. And you can let it sit overnight so it gets nice and just everything mixes together. And then you can take, like, you know, you can kind of water it down just a tiny amount and mix it. Mix it, but take a little dropper. And you can put like 1 to 2 drops, maybe just 1 drop in your child's ear every 1 to 2 hours. And you can do this while they have, or, you know, when you think they're getting an ear infection, or you want to actually help prevent the ear infection, or when they have the ear infection. So do your research on that before you do it. So that's another thing that you could do. I'm not an advocate of putting things in ears, but if you clean up their diet, you clean up the floor in their mouth, you clean up their gut, you'll see 9 times out of 10 they'll get better. So hopefully you understand the mechanics of why you get an ear infection, where it comes from, the anatomy of it, and what you do need to clean it up. Most people I see that eat a diet that's full of conventional foods, flour, soy, gluten, sugar, processed dairy, those are the people that are getting the chronic immune system hypersensitivity, that's getting the ear infections and getting the glue ear. Do an experiment. Take your kids off all these foods. Do the saltwater bath through their tonsils. Put them on a good pre and probiotic, and I guarantee you, in no time, that their ear infections will go away. So thanks for tuning in. I'll get another YouTube clip out by maybe the end of the week. I'm really busy right now, but I'm going to do my best to get another one out. Thanks for tuning in. I'll check you later.